Yo, let's got a quick market recap today. Didn't take any trades today. I don't know what I just did, but yeah, let's kind of go over a brief overview of what I saw and the reason why I sat out and why I didn't take a trade. It's been quite a bit of time since I took a trade, probably about a month now, which is probably the longest I've gone without like taking a trade. So I kind of just go over like kind of why I haven't taken a trade and like why, if like maybe it's just my emotions and stuff. But anyways, today was Monday. Today was Monday, and today was a no news Monday actually. So that's kind of like another kind of reason why I was kind of hesitant, because no news Mondays, especially after like like just some no news Monday, is just like not really the best, because market volatility is kind of like dead, and also like a lot of my losses happen on Monday, so I usually like either de-risk or just try not to trade at all. So that's like my first kind of observe, like my kind of like what I first observed. So going on to the 4 hour was bullish going to market open. We closed above this high, so I was looking for potential longs. Now what do you mean by potential longs? I was looking for London lows to get taken and to target the London highs. So this looks pretty promising. Going into market open, we open right by the London lows, so I'm thinking like, yo, we could come into the London lows and then come up and target the London highs, which were also 1 hour highs. Pretty nice. Now going on to the 5 minute, we open right above the London lows, and what do? We edge work, we edge a little bit, we show like, yo, we're gonna go down, but instead what do? We reject, and then we just have a huge bullish candle up there. Basically most of the move is taken in that candle, and then we end up going into the London high soon after. Now, oh bro, this shit froze, bro. My bad, bro. This shit's so annoying. But what I was saying is that basically we got edged, and then we ended up coming up and basically making most of the move with one candle, and then we soon took out the absolute London high, which is kind of like the main target, the 1 hour high, which is like the target. So didn't really take a trade off that. So ideally, like another thing I was looking for, like, yo, maybe we could have like some sort of SMT form with this, looking at the DXY in correlation. But same thing happened with DXY. We kind of edge, and then we ended up making most of the move just with that one candle and taking out the target. Same thing with GBPUSD. We took out the target. We weren't even close to low, which was kind of annoying, but we ended up taking the target. So there's no real kind of reason to take a trade, because if there's no target, there's no context, there's no story for the trade. So why would I take a trade if there's no reason or no purpose behind the trade? It's kind of dumb. So that's kind of Euro USD briefly explained. We ended up not really following with the 4 hour bias, but we ended up taking out that kind of target. It's just it didn't really work out the way I wanted to. Maybe it could have been because of Monday, maybe just like a no needs Monday and just kind of like moved up normally, but I don't know. Can't really blame the markets, bro. So GBPUSD 4 hours bullish as well, but compared to Euro USD, as you can probably see, we opened way higher compared to London lows. So in my mind, what I was looking for is like, yo, because GBPUSD clearly looks more kind of bullish, so I was looking like, yo, if we could form an SMT from Euro USD and GBPUSD and take a long on GBPUSD, I would feel much better about that, because I feel more confident in GBPUSD going higher. But we never ended up taking out the low on any of these pairs, so there's no real reason to take a trade. We ended up taking out the target, which was a 1 hour high, and yeah, no trades, bro. Now GBP/JPY 4 hours bullish as well. Now what was I looking for? I was looking for lows to get taken. So now let me ask you, bro, do we take out any lows? We did not take out any lows, if that's what you thought. You were right, but we didn't take out any lows, and we ended up taking out the target. So there's no real reason to take a trade if we took out the target, because then if we take a trade, what are we targeting? Where are we putting our take profit? Where are we going to put our kind of like, when are we going to exit out of the trade? We don't know, because we don't have a target. There's no context, there's no story behind the trade if there's no no target. It's the same thing as entering blindly off like no setup. Why would you enter with no setup? That's just dumb. There's no reason. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I sat out. Yeah. So that's pretty much all. It's been a minute since I took a trade, but today when I was coming home, it took me like 2 hours to come home. It usually takes me 40 minutes, bro. But there's so many people in the train station, and then the train was already late. So a lot of people are gathering by the train station, so it's already crowded. And then, the train comes finally, but guess what? The train is full. The train is full from the previous stations, probably McEwen, probably, people getting off of work. So the train was already crowded. Now, everyone from the U of A has been waiting there for like 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. We've just been waiting, like in the basement, like not basement, like underground. And, we all try getting onto the train. Now, most of us get onto the train, but you know, it's like filled to the max capacity. You know, like the doors, like you can't close them because the doors, like they're going like and then go like this, right? Like they go like and then go like this. So when it's going like this, then it gets into people. So apparently what I heard is that one of the doors got jammed. So the door was kind of broken. So every time the doors opened, they would not be able to close. So the driver would have to get out of the train driver area and then get out and fix the door himself. This took like 30 minutes. Like, it was so bad. So then the train ended up like, yo, the train's out of service. Y'all all got to get out. So we get out, and now we're in this like random, like we're in the station in the middle, and the train leaves empty, right? Then now that we're waiting for the next train to go to like the other station, right? But you know, all the people who didn't get in on the station that we got in, got on with that previous train. So now, you know, one of my friends was on it, like some of my friends. So they're on that train, but that train is also full because everyone got filled onto that one. So now everyone from train A is trying to get onto train B, and both trains are full. So it's just like double full, you know, double filled kind of thing like that. So now that train is just going slow, and then, yeah, you know, it came home, and then, you know, everyone's like crowded in the other train station trying to get out of the train station. And, you know, there's a lot of foot traffic. Ended up missing my bus, which annoyed me a lot. I started crashing out to my friends, and like, you know, everyone started like walking away because I was low-key like kind of crazy. Not really crazy. I don't think they were walking out because of me, but I was low-key like, I don't know, I was just like mad, bro. But yeah, and then I came home. So yeah, that's pretty much all. That was my day, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.